We wish we didn't have to do videos like this, but unfortunately we have to.
We've reached out to Cummins multiple times, and at this point, they've completely stopped responding to us. And that's what really concerns us the most.
If you've been following our motorhome journey, especially our trip down south where we're out for 3 months, you know that we had been fighting this constant check engine light. It was related to emissions. Now, we've had that resolved, and we did a video exactly what it was. We'll link that up above.
That just came out.
This is a follow-up to that video because through this process, we learned a lot. And we did learn that this is a well-documented issue that we didn't know about and a lot of you didn't know about. And I say this because we've had multiple people reach out to us with the same exact problem. They have no idea why this is happening. So ultimately what the problem was, if you didn't watch that video, our selective catalyst reduction system, also known as the SCR, failed. And we had to replace it, and it is quite expensive to replace, but there's more to the story. The SCR is a critical component that must be replaced. You have one of two choices. You either replace or you delete your emission system. Deleting an emission system is illegal under federal law, so the choice was we had to replace it. Now, if that part is not replaced, your motorhome, truck, whatever it is, will go into derate mode, essentially rendering it unusable.
Our SCR started failing approximately around 27,000 miles. We've actually been getting a check engine light for many, many months, and it's kind of like a phantom light. It'll come on, it'll go away for months, it'll come back. So it was very, very hard to pinpoint exactly what was going on. And we did have numerous service centers trying to figure this out, but at certain points, they couldn't even replicate the problem.
And this is very typical of an SCR failure because what's happening is that the substrate inside the SCR starts to fail. And when your motorhome, the ECU starts doing checks in the background, it'll work, it don't work, it'll work. So as that substrate begins to fail more to the point of now it doesn't work at all, that takes time. So you'll get phantom lights, or you'll get a light on and you clear it and it doesn't come back for months. So you start getting that light more, and then you start getting other check engine lights and codes along. They start coming in pairs and threes, and it starts becoming a problem. So the typical shelf life of an SCR, from what we've been reading and what we've been told, is around 500,000 miles. So really it should be the life of your motorhome, unless you're just really driving a lot. Again, 27,000 miles where it starts failing to about 45,000 miles with complete failure is far under the shelf life of an SCR.
And many of the service centers and places that we went, we did go to Freightliner, we went to larger service centers, we went to smaller private service centers, and many things were done along the way to try to fix this issue. The NOx sensors were changed. We actually got, right towards the end, we were at a campground. We weren't going to be able to leave, and we got a death head simulator overnighted to us. We put that on. We're like, great. We started going, and then...
Because we were getting a low def quality phantom light that was coming on, so that's very typical of a def head failure, but it wasn't that.
So we wanted to go to the source, and we went to Cummins in Mishawaka, Indiana. We went very in detail about that experience there in that last video we were talking about. So you definitely want to check that out.
So we got it repaired at that location at a cost of over $10,000. That's what the cost was. We have extended warranty, but we don't know of any extended warranty that covers emissions, because emissions is really the Achilles heel of these diesel motorhomes, unfortunately. So during this whole process, when we were documenting the issues we had several subscribers reach out to us, and they let us know about a nationwide recall that Cummins issued. It was from 2022 to 2024. It was a voluntary recall, and it affected 2010 through 2015 Cummins Freightliner chassis. A wide variety of engine sizes on there, over 500,000 units, and it was for SCR failure.
So we reached out to Cummins to see if our ESN and VIN number were part of this recall. They were not able to give us that information. And the reason we're telling you this is because if you have a motorhome that is affected by this recall and you call Cummins, they most likely will tell you they don't know if you're a part of it. We had many phone calls, and many of them not really leading anywhere helpful.
So this all changed once we were able to get our hands on Cummins documents, and it's the master list on a spreadsheet of all the engine serial numbers and all the VIN numbers that were covered on this campaign that expired in 2024. Now understand, we bought our motorhome in 25. There's no way to have known this. A dealer wouldn't have known. Freightliner, unless it was displaying symptoms, there's no way to know this. So
surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise, our ESN number and our VIN number are confirmed as part of that campaign. But when you call Cummins, it appears that the records have been purged. So when you call their customer service, you give them that ESN, like MJ said, and that VIN number, no, you're not covered by the campaign. And that's a little frustrating.
So with more research and a little bit more pushing, we were able to get past those initial intake calls when you call Cummins, and we were able to reach a customer care specialist. Jacob, right. We were kind of moving up the ladder. We had to try to keep moving because we couldn't get the help that we needed.
So I spoke on the phone several times with Jacob, and he's a customer service guy, and he's doing his job. He did acknowledge that there was a campaign out there. He also told us it was 2022 through 2024. He did say specifically this was something that was done in conjunction with Cummins lawyers. It was an agreement that was brought up, and that we are well expired. I had explained to him, although that the campaign is expired, the problem hasn't gone away. Like, just because it wasn't filled in the time that the campaign was put out, those SCRs are still bad. 500,000 units, one of the biggest recalls Cummins ever has released.
And you have to remember that a lot of people, a lot of you, and we know that because you've reached out to us, are purchasing used motorhomes with this problem still happening that have no idea that this was ever even an issue.
So as the conversations went on, Jacob then said, well, you know, a lot of these, the recall went out, but there's a lot of units that weren't affected by it. When I presented to him that we do have the ESN number as well as the VIN, he kind of conceded on that. And then it went back to, well, we understand that, but there's nothing we can do. And then when you push more, well, why can't you do it? It's kind of like the repeated same thing. Well, you're beyond your warranty. You're beyond, it's just repeated. You're beyond the campaign. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do. So we decided to continue emailing and request a regional supervisor. And that is when all conversations have ceased. We've emailed out several times back to Jacob, and we haven't heard anything else.
And to be clear, this is not just about something failing or breaking. Things break. We well know that.
We've had multiple things
understand
break. And
that.
if it's not under warranty, then it's not. But when you issue a recall.
But the issue, yes, is that this is a safety issue. There are people sitting on the side of the road because of this issue. It was a very short recall. There are many people purchasing motorhomes after the fact that are being now affected by this issue. Here we are, and many others.
We've been receiving an Instagram message from, I don't know if he's a subscriber, follows on Instagram. He has our same exact motorhome, same color. He saw our video. He's like, I'm getting the same codes. I told him this is what it is. And now he ordered the parts, and he's going to be in for $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 in a repair.
We're not here to attack Cummins. We're simply here to share our experience and documenting what's happening as it unfolds. And we also want to give them every opportunity to respond. So the reason that we felt it was very, very important to make this video is that if you own a diesel motorhome or you're looking to purchase a used motorhome within these years of this recall, it's really something that you should be aware of. And as we mentioned before, most dealers are not even going to be aware of this. So you want to be very alert as to the years that you're purchasing, knowing that this could possibly be an issue. These systems are very expensive, and when something goes wrong, it's really important how the situation is handled. It really matters.
So we're curious, have any of you dealt with this similar issue? What has been the outcome? And where should we go from here? What should be our next step?
At this point, we hope that Cummins does the right thing and takes a closer look at this. If anything changes, we will absolutely keep you updated.
But as of right now, this is where we stand. And if somebody from Cummins happens to watch this or gets shared with them, we are still open for conversation. We left that email open as we still want to continue to try to resolve this problem that's not only affected us, but it's affected many RVers out there.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We really want your feedback on this. As we said before, is this something that you've heard of? Is it something that you ever experienced? We want to hear from you.
And if you like videos like this, to the left of us, we'll put our RV vlogs playlist. We'll also put our RV tours playlist. We thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.